December 26, 2004. Started like any other day in paradise. But little did they know. An ancient force was stirring beneath the ocean's depths. The stage was set for a catastrophe that would shake the world to its core. Marthunis, at 6 years old, is a spirited and resilient young individual hailing from the Alunaga village in Banda Aceh, with a passion for soccer. He is known for his energy and enthusiasm on the field, where he spends countless hours perfecting his skills and bonding with friends through the beautiful game. Marthunis is a dedicated student. He values education as a means to create a better future for himself and his village. His dreams and aspirations extend beyond the borders of Alunaga, as he envisions a life full of opportunities and positive change. That fateful morning, Marthunis was engrossed in a spirited soccer match with his friends. Laughter and the sound of cheers echoed across the makeshift field in Alunaga village, as they chased the ball with unbridled enthusiasm. The sun bathed the scene in warmth, and for a brief moment, life felt carefree. Suddenly, the earth trembled beneath their feet. The ground shook violently, sending shockwaves through the village. Without hesitation, Marthunis and his friends abandoned the game and sprinted toward their homes. Fear and adrenaline coursed through their veins as they raced against time. Marthunis's heart pounded as he reached his house. He knew that in these critical moments, every second counted. The devastating earthquake had shaken their peaceful village to its core, leaving its residents in a state of uncertainty and vulnerability. After reaching the safety of his house, Marthunis was still trembling from the aftershocks when a deafening roar filled the air, resembling the thunderous sound of an approaching airplane. Confused and anxious, he rushed to the window to investigate the source of the noise. As he gazed out toward the sea, his eyes widened with a mix of awe and terror. Before him, the ocean had transformed into something he had never seen before. A colossal wall of water towering over the horizon. This immense wave, a tsunami of unimaginable power and fury, was hurtling toward the coastline. Marthunis was frozen in shock, disbelief, and fear, as the enormity of the impending disaster became painfully clear. It was a moment etched into his memory forever, as the village of Alunaga was about to face a catastrophic event that would test their resilience and unity like never before. Marthunis's family, gripped by panic, hastily piled into their minivan as the ground continued to shake beneath them. They were determined to escape the impending tsunami's wrath. However, as they sped away from their home, they found themselves trapped in a nightmarish traffic jam. The road was clogged with a sea of vehicles, with frantic families, neighbors, and fellow villagers, all attempting to flee to higher ground. The once familiar streets were now congested with fear-stricken individuals desperately seeking safety. Marthunis's heart raced as he realized that their path to safety was obstructed. The situation grew increasingly dire with each passing moment, as the monstrous wave drew closer, and the minivan seemed like a fragile island in the midst of chaos. The moment of horror arrived with brutal force. The towering black wave, like a wrathful titan of the sea, slammed into their minivan with a merciless fury. The impact was devastating, sending the vehicle tumbling over and over, as if it were a mere plaything in the hands of the ocean's rage. Marthunis and his family were tossed around like ragdolls inside the mangled wreckage. The world outside became a chaotic whirl of water and debris. The last thing Marthunis remembered was a deafening roar, a terrifying sensation of weightlessness, and the disorienting chaos that surrounded him. Then, mercifully or ominously, Marthunis's consciousness faded into blackness. as the traumatic ordeal left him unconscious, unaware of the turmoil that continued to unfold around him. As Marthunis slowly regained consciousness, he found himself in a surreal and nightmarish scenario. He was floating in the open water, buffeted by the remnants of the tsunami's chaos. Clinging desperately to a school chair, his grip tight and his heart pounding, he struggled to make sense of the situation. The chair, an unexpected lifeline in this watery abyss, had become his tether to survival. It was a stark reminder of the world he had known before the disaster, a symbol of stability and familiarity in the midst of chaos. Marthunis's mind raced with a mixture of fear, confusion, and determination as he faced the immense challenge of navigating this unforgiving new reality. Marthunis's turbulent journey brought him to a desolate foreign shore. As he staggered to his feet, his senses were overwhelmed by the devastating aftermath of the tsunami. The beach was littered with debris, the remnants of shattered homes, and the haunting presence of lifeless bodies scattered about. With an emptiness gnawing at his stomach and an insatiable thirst, Marthunis was miserably aware of his dire predicament. The devastation around him served as a haunting reminder of the catastrophic event he had just survived, while the pressing need for sustenance and hydration intensified his desperation. Amid this grim scene of destruction and loss, Marthunis faced a brutal reality. He knew that, against all odds, he had to summon the strength to search for food, water, and some semblance of safety in this unfamiliar post-disaster landscape. Seeking refuge under a solitary mangrove tree, Marthunis spotted a mattress that had been carried ashore by the tumultuous waves. With a glimmer of hope and a sense of urgency, he began scouring the debris-strewn beach for anything that could sustain him. His heart quickened as he uncovered packets of noodles and bottles of water that had miraculously survived the devastation. Marthunis collected these precious supplies around his makeshift refuge, organizing them on the mattress. The food and water represented a lifeline, a chance to satiate his hunger and quench his thirst in the midst of this disaster. Though the world around him remained in chaos, Marthunis's determination and resourcefulness began to shine through as he assembled what little he could find under the mangrove tree, with his meager but invaluable provisions. He had taken his first steps toward survival in this unforgiving new reality. Marthunis's struggle for survival on the desolate beach was nothing short of a grueling ordeal. For the first 5 days, he managed to subsist on the limited supply of noodles and water he had found among the debris. But as the days wore on, his provisions dwindled to nothing, and he was left to confront the harsh reality of his situation. Alone and isolated on the beach, Marthunis's resilience and determination were put to the ultimate test. He had to rely on his resourcefulness to find ways to secure food and water. He scavenged for edible plants, searched for freshwater sources, and did everything he could to sustain himself in the face of hunger and dehydration. As each day passed, Marthunis's survival skills grew sharper, and his connection to the natural world deepened. He learned to adapt to the challenges of his environment, drawing on his instincts and newfound knowledge to endure. Through sheer grit and an unyielding will to live, he managed to endure his solitary struggle for a remarkable 20 days. A testament to the power of the human spirit in the face of adversity. On the 20th day of his solitary struggle for survival, as Marthunis continued to battle hunger, thirst, and isolation, he noticed a somber and chilling sight. In the distance, a group of people approached the beach. Their purpose was clear. They were there to collect the bodies of those who had tragically lost their lives in the tsunami. Marthunis watched as the group moved with solemn purpose, carefully and respectfully recovering the lifeless bodies that lay scattered across the shoreline. The sight served as a stark reminder of the scale of the disaster and the human toll it had taken on his community. Though Marthunis had survived against all odds, the presence of these recovery teams highlighted the magnitude of the tragedy that had unfolded. It was a poignant moment that reinforced his determination to endure and to one day reunite with his loved ones. If they were among the survivors, Marthunis's rescue was a moment of both relief and emotional intensity. As the recovery team approached him, they recognized the resilient survivor who had endured unimaginable hardship on the desolate beach. With a mixture of astonishment and compassion, they extended their hands to help him. Marthunis was taken to Fakina Hospital, a place that now symbolized hope and reunion for him. The thought of seeing his father, who had undoubtedly been frantic with worry during his son's absence, filled him with anticipation and gratitude. Upon his arrival at the hospital, Marthunis's eyes met those of his father, and their embrace was a powerful testament to the strength of family bonds and the resilience of the human spirit. Their reunion marked the end of one of the most challenging chapters in Marthunis's life, and a new beginning as they faced a long road to recovery and rebuilding together. As Marthunis reunited with his father at Fakina Hospital, there was undoubtedly a sense of relief and joy at seeing each other alive. However, the joy would soon turn to heartbreak as his father shared the devastating news. With a heavy heart and tears in his eyes, Marthunis's father delivered the painful truth that Marthunis's mother and sister had tragically lost their lives in the tsunami. The tsunami had taken not only their home and their village, but also two beloved members of their family. It was an agonizing moment of grief and loss that overshadowed the relief of their reunion. Marthunis and his father would now face the daunting task of coping with their profound sorrow and finding a way to rebuild their lives in the wake of such a profound tragedy. Yes, the Indian Ocean tsunami of December 26, 2004, was indeed a catastrophic natural disaster that had a devastating impact on the affected countries and their populations. The human toll was staggering, with an estimated death toll ranging from 230,000 to 280,000 individuals, and countless more left injured and traumatized. In the wake of the disaster, an outpouring of international support and solidarity emerged as nations, organizations, and individuals rallied to provide aid, relief, and comfort to those affected. Marthunis's incredible story of survival amid the devastating tsunami, wearing a Portuguese soccer jersey with the number 10 of the national team's captain, Manuel Rui Costa, is a testament to human resilience and the power of hope in the face of adversity. It's not uncommon for such stories of survival and determination to capture the attention and empathy of people around the world, transcending borders and cultural differences. Not in this case. Marthunis's story resonated with viewers in Portugal, likely because of the symbolic connection through the soccer jersey. Stories like his often serve as a reminder of the shared humanity that unites people across the globe, and they can inspire acts of kindness, solidarity, and support for those who have endured hardship and tragedy. Marthunis's statement, "I was not afraid at all because I wanted to be alive to meet my family and become a football player," encapsulates the unwavering spirit of hope and determination that can be ignited by the world of soccer. For many young individuals like Marthunis, football is not just a game. It represents a dream, a path to a better future, and a source of inspiration that drives them to persevere through life's most challenging circumstances. The generous donation of €40,000 by Portugal's Soccer Federation to build a new house for Marthunis and his surviving family is a heartwarming example of how the world of sports and its stars can make a meaningful impact on people's lives in times of need. The assistance provided by Cristiano Ronaldo, who was still a rising talent at the time and later became a global superstar, further highlights the power of compassion and empathy within the sports community. Cristiano Ronaldo's visits and interactions with Marthunis not only provided the young survivor with cherished memories, but also served as an inspiring and supportive presence in his life. Such acts of kindness and generosity can leave a lasting impression and serve as a reminder that the world can come together to help those in need, especially in the aftermath of a devastating tragedy like the Indian Ocean tsunami. "I let him play football in the afternoon," his father Sarbini said in a 2008 interview. "I asked him to go to school, learn to read the Quran and attend an English course. The news of Marthunis signing a contract with Sporting Lisbon's youth team is a heartwarming and inspiring development. Sporting Lisbon, the club where Cristiano Ronaldo began his football journey, holds a special place in the hearts of football fans worldwide. Marthunis's journey from surviving the 2004 tsunami to signing with a prestigious football club is a testament to his resilience, determination, and the power of dreams. This remarkable story not only brings joy to Marthunis and his family, but also serves as an inspiration to countless others. It underscores the transformative potential of sports and the ability of individuals to overcome adversity to achieve their goals. Marthunis's future in football holds promise, and his journey will undoubtedly continue to captivate and inspire people around the world.